We're in a beautiful field in Glastonbury today, and this site was an empty field 10 years ago, and it's being planted up and rewilded, turned back to what would have been here years ago. And we've got a beautiful orchard around here and other exciting finds, so we're off to see what we can find. So this is one of my favourite things. I absolutely love mugwort. It was probably my first herb that I had my awakening of my love of herbs and my connection to them. And it's known as a gateway herb. It's known as something that really starts to activate people into the magic and majesty of the earth. And this here is mugwort. Mugwort comes in two types. So this is a variegated leaf, meaning it's got the white, the kind of yellow and the green on it. But you can also get just the green. So there are two different ones that you can look at. And we're in a field here that these have been planted, but this is something you commonly find all over the hedgerows and in the banks. It's something that is profusely about. And we're in mid-November, as I said, and this is still doing well. So what would you do with it? That's the question that most people want to know. I would just break a little bit off, always asking permission of the plant. That's something that I think is really important. So you break off a few of these leaves like this, and we're going to just put that into hot water. Now, why this plant is so good, it was known as the witch's herb, and it's long been used to put under your pillow to enhance astral travel and lucid dreams. It's been known to be really deeply psychically protective, and for women it's very good for their womb space to bring about balance into menstrual issues. But it's also very, very good for the digestive system. It's in the Artemisius family, which is wormwood is in there as well. And so it's very good for digestive tonics to increase digestive flow. So with mugwort, one of the amazing things for identifying it is that underneath it, you can see there's this beautiful silvery sheen to it. So when you're driving past and you're walking, you can see this beautiful silver glow. So here we go, this one here has got the flowers on it. So they're not kind of ornate flowers like you would think with a flower, but they're these beautiful ones just coming up along the top of the stem, and these are brilliant to use. So with the mugwort you can use the leaves, the stem and the flowers. So we're just going to put this, I've got my little flask of tea. I love having a flask of tea, and there's just hot water in here, so we're just going to pop these leaves in there and leave them to steep. And as we walk around, we're going to see what else we can find to add to our tea. So that's all you have to do to use mugwort, is just put it in hot water to steep for 5 or 10 minutes. And as I said, you can add the concoction of other findings in there, or just have it by itself. So right next to the mugwort was this amazing patch of cleavers. Now cleavers died back, but it's just coming back now. It's coming back in the land. And a lot of you might know cleavers as sticky weed, that thing that you throw and it sticks on your coats and all of those things, because there are tiny little hairs on it. The Latin name for cleavers is stellaria, because when it flowers, and you can see a flower just about starting here, but it's not opened up yet, it has the most beautiful white star-shaped flower. So for me, that's always a great way to identify it. I remember stellaria sounds like stars, doesn't it? It sounds like solar system. And that's what the flower looks like. So one of the reasons that this is so exciting at this time of year for me is because cleavers is amazing for coughs, helping to reduce the phlegm and support the throat, the respiratory area. So it's a great thing to add into your teas at this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our flask again with our mugwort in, and we're just going to get a few little sprogs of the cleavers. Like so. So we've got a little handful of that, and we're going to put that into our hot water, and that's going to help us with our throat, with our cough if we've got one, and it also helps prevent it. So for me, prevention is better than cure. So let's start bringing these things in. And one of the things I love about foraging and I love about nature is the aspect of shopping or in the environment that's around you, shopping without using money, shopping without having to actually buy anything, by accessing what nature's giving you. Because the best medicine for us is usually right on our doorstep. So we need to get out and start identifying. It's always really important that you cross-reference if you are foraging with a book or with an app. Richard Mabey's Food for Free is a great book. to make sure that you are getting the right thing. But Cleavers, as I said, is really easy to identify because of its stickiness and because of its beautiful flower that it comes with. And all the leaves also look like a star because they all come out from the centre in that star-shaped pattern. So really beautiful plant to look at and connect with energetically as well. It's cloudy, it's grey, it was raining, it's windy, it's mid-November, and we've come to a space where I had no idea what was going to be here. And I love doing that because it just shows how amazing nature is, because we found mugwort, we found cleavers, we found lots of other things as well. And it doesn't have to be complicated. These things have been used for thousands of years. They're tried and tested. There's so much antidotal evidence on these things. They're not going to make you ill. So why not get out in your back garden? Why not get out into your local field, into your hedgerows, and see what's actually growing that's going to give you amazing, nutritious medicine. This is my kind of medicine. And it's warming on a beautiful day like this.